Perfect. Okay, so EveryHuman is an online adaptive retail store for accessible clothing and shoes, so apparel, sort of lifestyle products as well. Basically, we're based in Sydney. However, like myself, I work remotely from Queensland. You can use like your NDIS funding. You can shoot me an email. I can send through invoices. You can also fill in the NDIS form, which is online. We do attend a number of expos throughout the year. So whatever you see today, you can come along to these expos, whether it's the Care Expo or Source Kids Expo. I know. Oh, are you there?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. So like the Source Kids Expo, even though it's got the word kids in it, feel free to come along and actually see our products. Shoot me an email if there's something that interests you, and we can make sure we've got it at the expo for you to come along and to feel and try before you buy. So Matt is actually the owner of the company, and he's going to tell you a little bit about his story and how it kind of came about. And I actually got my position with the company because my child he's disabled and he's in a wheelchair. So I'm quite familiar with the products as an end user.
Turn camera off. I've got no sound.
Last time you had worried about sound and you found it.
Are we good?
Everyone, do you mind if you just put yourselves on mute? Arnie, would you mind putting yourself on mute, please?
8.2.
Okay, so basically we range from, we've got men's, women's and children's adaptive clothing. We like to use the term universal because it's for everybody.
Unmute Abby. Yeah, just click on her. Just hang on, Abby. We're just having a little bit of difficulty. Click on the in this meeting. Hello. Yep. And then should be able to. There you go.
I'm back on us if you can't see me.
Okay, Matt, you're good to go, but because I was just trying to mute a few clients, and now unfortunately I have Abby muted and can't unmute her.
Oh, can she unmute herself?
Can she?
I think she muted herself.
Abby, have you muted yourself now?
Am I good now?
Perfect.
Okay. Good. All right, so I'll let Matt take over now.
Okay, where did we get to?
I just did a bit of a rundown about the online store and attending expos and trying and feeling and.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, I just want to thank Simon for organising this with Abby. Really appreciate it. It's always good to be able to, as an online business, it's always good to be able to actually demonstrate how the products work. Obviously not in person, but video call is the next best thing. So yeah, a bit about EveryHuman. So we're an online retailer that specialises in functional products to assist with, I guess, the dressing process. So whether it be clothing, whether it be footwear, all of our products have been designed to, I guess, promote independence and really assist people who have challenges with dressing, whether it be because of dexterity challenges or mobility challenges, or even sensory challenges as well. So we started EveryHuman about 3 years ago now, and yeah, we work with people all across Australia. So being an online business, we work with people in New South Wales, Queensland, WA, Victoria, all states. So that's kind of a little bit about us. I guess for me, and a little bit about why I started EveryHuman. I was actually working for my dad, who works in the aged care sector. So I was working in aged care, and I saw, you know, a lot of people who've moved into aged care facilities or nursing homes. A lot of the reasons, or one of the reasons, sorry, is because people obviously have challenges with dressing themselves. So I came across this concept of accessible and adaptive clothing, and the concept made complete sense because really there was no one doing it here in Australia, and people these days want to stay at home for as long as possible, and accessible and adaptive clothing really facilitates that. So that's kind of a little bit about the story of EveryHuman, and you know, I've got quite a number of people and friends and extended family who have disabilities, and you know, I spoke to them and they said, you've got to launch something like EveryHuman. There's nothing around here in Australia at this time, but there's more and more brands doing it, which is yeah, really exciting to see, and what's needed as well. So that's a little bit about EveryHuman. We've got Abby with us on our team here as well. Abby's awesome. She really looks after working with organisations with like yourselves, MND. She's also the go-to customer service person, you know, and the customer service contact for any queries that you guys might have about the products, about buying and whatnot. So yes, Abby, did you want to add anything there at all?
No, I think you pretty much just nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So I guess today we probably have two main categories of offering at this stage. Hopefully it will expand in the not too distant future, but we're primarily focused on clothing as well as footwear. I would say footwear probably accounts for 80% of what we do, and the clothing probably accounts for 20 to 30%. So it's mainly footwear, but we also do a whole range of clothing as well. I guess I'll demonstrate and show you guys. I'll start off by doing the clothing side of things, and Abby will take over with the footwear side of things. We break down our clothing offering into, I guess, 4 different functionalities. The first functionality is seated wear, so clothing that has been specifically designed for someone sitting down using a wheelchair for the majority of the day. So that's the first category of clothing. What that looks like is that could be a pair of jeans. So I know a lot of people sitting down in chairs. I don't myself use a chair, but a lot of people sitting down in chairs will wear a pair of pants that's designed for when your hips are level, so when you're standing up. So when you're sitting down, quite often you'll get the butt crack hanging out the back. So our clothing has been designed so it's actually higher at the back of the waist, so you have more additional coverage at the back, and you also have less fabric at the front of the waist, so you don't get the bunching. There's no pockets, buttons or seams on the butts, so you don't get the pressure point risk that you would with other pants as well. You've got longer inseams or legs to account for the bend in the knees when you're sitting down. Abby, what else? We've got also some products which have pockets in the calf to facilitate carrying a bag. So that's kind of the main functionalities with our seated jeans. We then also have seated tops, which have been designed so they'll be opening at the rear of the neck and at the back, so someone will be able to put the shirt on from the front and close it with the hands forward, slide it over their hands and their chest, and then close it at the rear without someone having to put their hands above their shoulders. I'll just quickly show you an example of some of these. So this is one of our an example of one of our shirts. So you can see here, this is the front. It's actually a ladies' top. I know we've got a lot of men on this call, but we've got a similar concept for men as well. So the top is just a regular t-shirt. However, if we turn it around at the back, you'll be able to see it actually folds open, and it just reduces the need, or eliminates the need to be able to have to put your hands over your shoulders if you've got restricted shoulder movement or mobility, and you can easily put it on without needing that shoulder movement. I'll just quickly go and get a pair of the jeans that I was talking about as well.
So the jeans that he was also mentioning, you've got the hook and bar closure at the front, or you've got the magnetic closure. You've also got Velcro closures, or even elastic waists. So then you eliminate the whole having to do the fly and actually having to fiddle and do the actual buttons through the hole. We have noticed that with some of the seated pants that the calves are a little bit bigger, just so if someone's got like an SPC, you know, you can have, you know, your catheter bag sitting there without it, you know, being too restricted.
This is just a pair of the jeans or the chinos that we were talking about. So you can actually see, so how we've got the jeans here, or the chinos, sorry, they're actually higher at the back of the waist than they are at the front. So I don't know if you can see that on the call. And that just allows for more coverage at the back, so you don't get exposed, I guess, when you're sitting down in a chair. And as you can see, there's no pockets. No pockets or buttons on the rear, so there's just less risk of pressure points as well, pressure injuries as well. Do anyone have any questions about those particular products?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. So when you say jeans, I just immediately thought of a pair of jeans, but you've obviously got chinos. Do you have, you know, like tracksuit pants that might, you know, I know that's a common item. People buy tracky pants.
Yeah, we do. We've got jeans, we've got chinos, we have shorts, we have track pants as well. Yeah, so we've got all four of those. Yep.
That's good. That's great.
In terms of sizing, we've got 2 or 3 brands for the seated wear side of things. We've got Tommy Hilfiger, so a lot of you would probably know Tommy Hilfiger, but they've actually got an adaptive and accessible collection that we stock as well. Their sizes are a little bit more restrictive. They run an XS, extra small, up to a double extra large. However, we've got another brand, is Adaptive, and they run all the way up to a 4XL. So just in terms of sizing, is Adaptive has a greater offering there.
Okay. And on the shirts, and appreciate that you just showed the women's top there.
Yep.
But so was it actually Velcro at the shoulders? Or
no.
You open it at the back and slip your head through?
Yeah, for that particular one that I showed you, that was actually, it's called a petal back. So it actually folds over, it folds out, but it's still connected at the top of the neck.
Okay.
We do have a brand, is Adaptive, which has very, very flat push studs, which connects behind you, so down the middle of the back. They're very, very flat push studs. And then Tommy Hilfiger has Velcro, which goes down the back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you by chance have a male version just nearby you at the moment?
Yes, 2 seconds.
Okay, thank you.
So that fabric in the Christina Stevens top that he just showed you, it's a really nice, soft, sort of spandexy kind of fabric.
Okay.
It's really quite stretchy. It's quite forgiving. I purchased one for my child, and it'll be a perfect like lounging around home, or if you're in hospital for an extended sort of stay. Honestly, amazing. It's really nice and lightweight and stretchy.
Yeah, so I showed you a women's top, but I do have a men's polo shirt. So it does look like a regular polo shirt. However, if you turn it around, you can see down the middle, that's where the opening is. And you would just open it up like that.
Right.
Yeah, I would say that the tops are definitely for the assisted dressing side of things. So for someone who requires assistance with dressing, the open back tops are probably more along those lines.
Okay. Thank you for that, Matt.
No, that's all good. Next category that we have are magnetic closures. So for people who really struggle with or have dexterity challenges, struggle with buttons, we offer magnetic closures as a replacement to traditional buttons. So this is just an example here. So we've just got a Tommy shirt. Where the buttons look like real buttons, so you can see the real buttons are there. I don't know if everyone can see that.
Yeah.
But they're actually fake buttons, and they've got magnetic closures, which actually replace the traditional buttons and come together. So I'll just bring this up. Come together. Really easily like that. So for someone with dexterity challenges, these are going to be a bit of a lifesaver because it just removes the need to do buttons. They are strong enough. They are strong enough that if the shirt fits correctly, if you're wearing a shirt that's too small, obviously you may run into some issues with buttons coming undone, but if the shirt fits correctly, like any other shirt, you won't have any issues with magnetics coming undone. So yeah, I'll just do that again for you. So it's just, and then they just come together like that.
So I've had some feedback regarding the magnets that if you've got an insulin pump, it affects it.
Yeah, that's a good point, Abby. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we do recommend for anyone who uses an insulin pump or a heart device, yeah, not to use these products. Again, similar sort of concept in pants as well. Similar sort of concept in pants where we've got, instead of traditional buttons on the fly, we do have Velcro at the very top. However, the rest are magnetic closures. So again, yeah, that's available in the pants as well. All of our pants have also got loop pulls on the inside of the pants. So if you struggle, it just makes it easier, so you can hook your hands in or hook your hands under and easily be able to pull your pants up. Yeah, if you have challenges, I guess, bending down or dexterity challenges. These loopholes just make life a little bit easier in terms of being able to pull things up. And then the final type of easy closure is, I'll just get that sorted. So for people, we also know that many people struggle with zippers. I mean, I myself struggle with zippers at times. Zippers can be challenging, so it's we've got a design. So all of our, most of our zippers on our products have a magnetic zipper which comes together through force through the magnet and automatically clips in, so you don't need to actually, find the hole to be able to do the zipper up. So I'll just quickly show it here. I'm actually just going to put it on quickly. I think this is going to be way too small for me. So what have we got here? So yeah, I don't know if everyone can see, but it's got a two magnetic ends, and it just allows me to pull it together and then pull. So I'll just do that again. So you just need to guide it together and then just pull. So that's the last example of our magnetic closures. All zippers as well come with an extended loop pull, just to make, which just allows you to be able to hook your finger in easily, compared to having to grab a zipper. That's really, we do have ease of dressing products as well, so things that aren't necessarily as adapted as probably what these ones are. So things such as shorts just with elastic drawstrings or elastic waists rather than any magnetic closure or any fly, just having that elasticized waist. So we've got those available in shorts, track pants, shorts and track pants, and chinos as well. Abby, what else do we have there? We've got jeans which facilitate AFOs and orthotics. I don't know if anyone uses AFOs here, but obviously AFOs make it difficult to get a pair of jeans on or trousers on. So they've got a lower leg opening which goes over, allows has the ability to go over the AFO instead of having to take the AFO off or whatnot. So anything else in the ease of dressing side of things, Abby?
I think you pretty much just nailed it with the magnetic side of things.
Yeah. For the ladies, we have dresses that are wrap dresses, so it allows you to put the dress on by wrapping it rather than having to put it on over their head. So we do have some things that are more adapted and some things which we'd probably call inclusively designed or universally designed, so that anybody could wear them as well. I don't know if it's as relevant for the group here. We do have sensory friendly clothing, so for people who have sensory challenges, whether it be sensitive to seams or sensitive to certain types of fabrics, we do have a sensory offering there as well. But I'm not too sure if it's as relevant for everyone here.
But that's interesting to know though. So yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So in terms of the clothing side of things, that's pretty much the clothing. Did anyone have any questions before Abby takes over with the footwear side of things?
Daryl has his hand up. So Daryl.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Men traditionally have smaller bottoms, and I got to wear a belt all the time. Do you have belts?
We've been asked that quite a bit actually over the past year or two. We don't. No. We haven't been able to source a belt that is easier to put on and off. So if you've got any suggestions, please.
No, I've got no right hand, and belts really traditionally require two hands to do up.
Yeah.
So I've got to use assistance to put a belt on.
Yep. Yeah. There was a crowd we saw in the US. I saw coming across in the US. I don't know if they're around anymore, actually. I think they might not be in business anymore. But I did see a crowd in the US who had something where it was like a one-handed belt. But I can see Abby writing some notes. So
I'm writing.
we might have to look into that one because we have had people mention that before.
Okay, thanks.
Sorry, just putting my parent hat on. With kids' pants, you know, you can do the tabs and tighten the tabs.
Yep.
Do you have that feasibility on your pants then that would actually then omit the need for a belt?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I saw them on the other pair of pants you held up.
Oh,
jeans.
actually, you are right. That is correct. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. So on the jeans or the pants or the chinos, they do
that's it.
on the inside have an elasticated waist, so you can adjust this depending on your waist size, for example. So that, in a sense, might help, Daryl. You might not get the adjustability that you would need, but that would assist somewhat, Simon. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I use belts because they never release their tension, you know, leather belts. Whereas I've got other stuff which you tie up, which generally over time will release its tension.
Yep.
So
yep.
Even elastic will eventually too.
Yeah, I will actually just mention, sorry, with a lot of our elasticized waists, we do have, we call it a one-handed loop pull. So it's a loop pull, which you can essentially pull and tighten, and it's got a don't know the technical word, a knick-knack, which allows you to pull it in and tighten the elastic on the waist. I might actually, Daryl, I'll just get Abby to grab your contact details maybe, and we can send you an example of what that product might be.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Abby, I'll send you through Daryl's contact afterwards.
Fabulous, sounds good.
Abby, you know what I'm talking about, the elastic?
Yeah, like the toggle, like what's on your top.
Yeah.
Like what's on the jacket.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very similar sort of concept to this actually, where you've got this on the pants. Yeah. So I'll get Abby to send through some examples of those products, Daryl.
Nice jacket, but I live in Townsville. You would never get one of them on.
No, you would. Yeah, no, that's that's an understatement. Cool. So that's really the clothing side of things. Yeah, as I said, we've got a bunch of other stuff for ladies as well, but I think we've got all men here. Abby, do you want to do the footwear side of things? Any other?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll just say footwear is probably, Abby will agree with this, footwear is probably our bread and butter of what we do. I'd say that accounts for the majority of our business. So we've got some pretty cool styles and options, and more stuff will come in. So I'll let Abby take over from here.
All right, So I'm not sure what you've got first to demonstrate.
Do you want to do the women's mid tops?
Okay, sweet. So, so we've got a variety of high tops, low rise sort of options. They can either come in. We've got two sort of predominant brands that we use: Billies, which is these ones, or Friendly shoes. The Billies are well known for their zips, which go all the way around the toes or either up and around under the laces. So these ones in particular are more designed for AFO, orthotic sort of feet. So I was talking to someone yesterday, and she said that most people end up wearing AFOs. So this sort of design is really, really practical for that purpose. So the mid-top sneaker that Matt's got right at the moment has got the zip that you can pull, and it's got the extended toggle, and it's also got some removable inner soles if you need to fit an orthotic in there. We work, Daryl, your face. Yeah, it's literally an easy on-off solution. If you're a chair user, you just set and forget. You just open your laces up, tie them, and then that's it. All you have to deal now with that zip. So you just plonk your foot in, zip it back up. The toggle's really good. So if you have, like Daryl, like you've got one arm that's better than the other, or not at all functioning, or you're missing an arm, that toggle you can reach around and you can do it on either side. I do know other customers that have actually devised something. If they can't bend down that far, they've actually used like a hook, like a crochet hook or something, to be able to pull it around. So that's the mid-top sneaker. It comes in a sizes, from like from a woman's size 6, I'm pretty sure 7, to about a size 11.
Yeah.
And they come in a variation. The mid-tops don't quite come in an extra wide. So depending on the width of your foot, we will kind of gauge which sort of style would suit you. So many feet are so different. Unfortunately, we don't all have the same size feet, and we don't have the same width. So I like to have the discussion with you and talk about your sizing. So that's your length and your width, and take into consideration whether you're wearing an orthotic or if you're wearing an AFO. Any AFO wearers here today? No? Okay, so when you've got an AFO, like you could have different things like buckles that go across the ankle and across the up by the calf, and all these sort of things need to be taken into consideration whether you have more of an increased risk of swelling towards the end of the day. That also might determine what sort of style and width we should go for, and yeah, I always like to have that discussion about sizes and get your measurements for everybody's individual foot. So the shoe that Matt's holding up now is called the CS high top. This comes in a number of colors, and the same sort of deal as the woman's mid top. It opens all the way around the toes, and the same with the removable inner soles. So it's just another style, and it's a canvas shoe. I recommend popping into Woolies or somewhere. If you get a canvas shoe, it's like Connie's or anything, you want to make sure it's waterproof. So if you have an accident, it will just make it water resistant to dirt and anything else that may fall on it. So did you have anything else to add?
These ones, I was just going to say, these also ones, so these are our high top styles. Now, not everyone likes high tops, so we do also have low rise styles in this particular, in this exact CS collection, but we've also got a range of other different styles as well that are lower than what this particular shoe is. Maybe talk about, like, Abby, the different occasions. Like, we've got the chucker. I don't have it here, but
okay. So we also have we've got dress boots, which are like a nice option if you're going out. It's kind of like I'm pretty sure it's not a real leather, is it? Is it?
It's a suede, actually.
It's a suede. There we go.
Yeah.
And they're quite popular, but they are a narrower fit, but the same sort of deal, the function of the zip that goes around the toes.
Yeah.
Yes. And we've also got other brands that we use that also have boots. Oh, okay. Matt's got a Friendly shoe.
Yeah.
The difference between the Billies and the Friendlies, I think, is quite obvious. The Friendlies have got more arch support and more of a memory foam sort of a sole versus inner sole versus the Billies, which are quite a flat-footed shoe. And the new styles of the Billies, the inner soles are a lot thicker and a lot more for walkers, whereas these Friendly shoes are also quite considerably lighter. So if you've got a bit of a foot drag or a toe drop, the Friendlies are probably more your cup of tea. Same deal, it's got a side opening, so you can still, when Matt opens it up, you'll see that you can literally just plonk your foot in. Like so, you know, set and forget your laces, pop your foot in, and can you see in there the inner sole? It's literally like walking on clouds. So it's a nice, light, airy inner sole. It's considered a sensory shoe also, with no feeling of seams on the inside.
Yeah.
We've also got another version of this shoe where it opens around the heel.
Actually bring that one here, Abby.
I don't even have mine in here. So I've also got a pair of these shoes because they're that good. So around the heel, you open them up and you can just slide your feet in instead of having to, you know how, like, I don't know about you, but I don't undo my laces and I slide my foot in, and I always crunch down on the back of my heel. This stops that. So you just open it up around the back and you just slide your foot in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have anything to add?
No, these are they're more sports, like they're probably more active shoes, the Friendly Shoes brand, I would say. Billy's probably a bit more of a dressier brand, I would say. But we're definitely putting more and more people into this Friendly brand. It's just a really well-made shoe. Yeah. Yep. And super lightweight.
Yeah, I highly recommend those shoes.
Yeah. Probably more than that's probably the biggest difference is the weight between the two. I've also just got I don't know, obviously, are you guys interested in seeing some kids styles or?
Not probably as relevant. Thank you, Matt.
Okay,
Yes.
that's all good then.
One thing we've got to kind of mention though is that with the Billy range, the kids styles, if you are a bit of an eccentric sort of an adult who likes a bit of color in your life, we have got this thing called the crossover size. So as soon as you get to a kid's like size 4, it kind of equates to like a woman's size 5, I'm pretty sure, and then so on. So, you know, if you've got a woman's size 9 shoe that you normally fit, you could sneak yourself into a kid's shoe, and you can have those bright pink colors or crazy tie-dyes that can go with your your Saturday night outfit. So that's also an option. But of course, I'd want to have that discussion with you first to ensure that I was pointing you in the right direction, because I'd hate to sell you a shoe that's too small for you. So the joys of being an online store is that you do run the risk of finding things that don't fit. We do have a regular sort of 30-day policy from time of purchase. As long as it's in a resellable condition, and of course it's not undies, then yeah, you're more than welcome to shoot me an email and we can work through the returns process together. And then what you do is you pay for the postage back to us, and we can either offer you an exchange, a store credit, or of course a refund if it doesn't suit you. But of course I'll definitely do everything I can to make sure that what we're selling you either fits or it's suited to your abilities. Yeah,
I think that's probably where we try and set ourselves apart from most other shoe retailers, is we obviously understand the challenges that a lot of our customers face, and quite often a standard shoe doesn't necessarily fit the bill. So Abby's all over sizing, and she understands people who need wider styles and widths. She knows AFOs back to front. So I guess any questions around sizing, we always recommend just either call, and if Abby doesn't answer because she's the only person answering the phones, she'll either call you back or just send us an email, and she'll get back to you straight away as well.
Yeah, I highly recommend just shoot me a buzz if you're not sure about sizing. Abby, I think I've got my A measurement at 24 centimeters, my C measurement at at 7 centimeters, and they're like, oh, you can be like, I think I'm a size 5, and I'll just have a look through my guide and I'll just double check with you before we go ahead and you make that purchase. But we do have affiliated businesses that we work with. In Queensland, we do work with an organisation, a business called Entire Podiatry. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's based in Logan.
There is someone, I think it's Triple S Prosthetics up in Townsville.
Oh, there we go.
I think, Daryl, there is a crowd that we work with up in Townsville, and they essentially would have the ability to fit you up as well if you did want to get fitted up. So they would. It's called, I think they're called Triple S Prosthetics.
Don't know it, no.
But yeah, we're also able to help. But if you wanted to get sized up as well from someone locally, you could always duck in there. Yeah.
So, I don't know about you, but I'd rather try things on before I buy. And if I can assist and try and point you in the right direction of people that work with our products and they know our products and they've got examples of our products, then definitely I'd point you in the right direction. We do occasionally have the odd time where we have faults in our shoes, or any products, let's be real, and we've got a 3-month manufacturing warranty. So just shoot me an email with a picture, your order number, and we can make sure we send out a replacement as soon as possible. We try and make it as seamless as possible as well. We are very aware of the community in which we work with, and that sometimes unexpected things happen, like you might end up in hospital for a few months and that might affect your return process, or just contacting us. So, just talk to us. We're very reasonable, and as long as it's, in a resellable sort of condition, 90% of the time we're pretty flexible. That's where it sets us apart.
Yeah. We also, just touching on the NDIS quickly, we are not NDIS approved. So what that means is if you are self-managed or plan managed, you can submit. We do have a page that says NDIS on our website. You can either, if you're self-managed, you can either just purchase the shoes online, and then you'll receive a tax invoice and then claim it. If you are plan managed, you can submit a form on our website, which just sends us your request for what products you want, your plan manager details. Once you submit that form, we'll create the order, send it to your plan manager for payment, and then once they pay the invoice, we'll then send your shoes within 24 hours of receiving payment. So we do facilitate plan managed participants and self-managed, just not agency managed.
Matt, Abby, can I just ask, do you have anything in the underwear department or even the sock area? Because I know socks are, can be a problem.
We do. Yes, Abby just actually asked me to get something and I forgot it. So we do actually. So at the moment we have grip socks and compression socks. In the adults side of things, and we're actually doing a fair bit of work on our sock offering at the moment. So come May, we will have quite a substantial range in the sock offering, but we do currently offer grip socks and compression socks. So yes, but
nothing that's like a sock that is easy to put on.
No, so we will be doing something around that side of things. We will be doing some socks that have essentially loop pulls at the top of the ankle, where you can hook your fingers in. So watch this space, but it will probably be towards the end of this year that we have something like that.
Okay, all right, that's good to know. And what about the underwear side of things?
Abby, I'll let you speak to that.
Okay, so we have got the Select Chicks range, which has got detachable sides. I don't know if you grabbed one.
No, do you want me to go get them?
Yeah. So detachable sides, so for easy on-off access. We've also got, Matt's got everything in there. This is literally the warehouse, and it's very, very full of stuff. And we've also got camis that can zip up from the front. We've got bras that are front closure. We've got magnetic bras that are also front closure as well. We stock a range, from Slick Chicks or Modi Body. Modi Body is more based around the period side of things, with or continence sort of side of things for the women. For the men, to be honest, we've got these boxes which are more for light incontinence. I honestly haven't sold too many of those, and I'm not very familiar with those products as such. So I'm hoping Matt's grabbed some so he can also talk me through these, because it's a bit difficult not being able to access things at the warehouse, if that makes sense.
I was going to bring the thong, but I thought that wasn't all that appropriate.
Do we sell a thong? Oh, we do, don't we? Yeah.
We do, yeah. These are women's, so just, but we do have Slick Chicks is our main underwear brand, so it's female. We also have Modi Body. I don't know if you've heard of Modi Body, which has a detachable offering as well. But just quickly, so these are ladies' underwear. They're a brief, but you can see here on the side, I don't know if that's easily seen by everyone, but they've essentially they detach. So that just allows someone who isn't able to bend over or who's sitting down to be able to detach that, put it around their body, and then do it up like that. So yeah, they make life a lot easier for someone who isn't able to bend over to put their undies on. They can either put it on standing up or put them on sitting down on their bed, for example. We do also have, actually, just while we're talking about Slick Chicks, we do also have bras that are front closing bras, as opposed to the bras done at the back. So yeah, Slick Chicks is the brand that we offer there. The front closing bras are offered in either a zipper or Velcro is the other option as well. We have two different offerings for that side of things.
I have to mention though, with those Slick Chicks bras, they're more true to size than the other bras that we stock. So that brand is very true to size. The other brand that we stock is more on the smaller scale. And when it comes to returns, we want to make sure we definitely get the underwear side of things right, because there's no returns on underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have men's stuff? Men's undies?
Yeah. No, I didn't bring the men's in.
Okay.
But yeah, similar sort of concept for the men's side.
Oh. Well, thank you. Does anyone else have any questions? No? All right. Well, Matt and Abby, thank you so much for today. Really appreciate all that demonstration that you've given us, and certainly I know Bron, our physio, is listening in here, so I'm sure you've also given her food for thought with regards to, the style of shoe and things like that will also help clients and recommendations. So that was great. Thank you very much. And for everyone online, what I will do is actually send you out the EveryHuman link so that you can jump on, have a look at the website, and obviously I'll send you through Abby's details as well so that you can make direct contact through with Abby. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for having us, guys.
All right. And everyone else, bye-bye, and we'll see you next week, probably. All right. See you later.
See ya.
See you later. Bye.